United States of America. Most folks thought historically black people were what? Just what?
Just niggas.
Mm-hmm. Slaves. The descendants of slaves.
Slaves. Mm-hmm.
That's it. What would it be like for a little girl in an afro today to walk into an entirely white, upper middle class environment thinking that all she was is a descendant of a slave? What might that do to a little girl, a grown woman, a man?
This is deep.
This is what I mean when I talk about the psychological gesture. The psychological gesture is much more understanding of what is the single most important thing to this person. And in order to understand that, whenever you are interviewing a character, you need to find out what time did they live in? What did they eat? What did they wear? Where was their family from? How much education did they have? In the current scene that you have placed them in, what are the given circumstances of that reality? Right? And when you're doing a solo show, you actually have to present the strongest factors in each character's life that will illuminate their point of view. Okay? And not just talk about it and we lived in a tiny neighborhood and From the moment the narrator begins talking, you know, it's the 70s, she has an afro, she has a pierced nose, they believe that they're from Africa. And she's in an all-white school. That's a whole world. And it's very specific. Now, of course, there's tons of other details about that world. I chose to give the most important ones in telling this story so that you would get a sense of this world. That's it. Right? You know this place and time. At least you know the basics. It wasn't a great place to be black or smart. And that being in a school system, it being segregated was a given. So when you create story, it starts with the character's emotional and physical given circumstances. What are the most potent factors in their life that shape how they move in the world? And then what life lessons they have to conquer in order to keep moving through that world, not as a failure. Did you notice any physical gestures?